To all my black entrepreneurs, we gotta do better, y'all. So tune in to the Entrepreneurians Podcast, where we help build better black businesses.
Hey. Welcome back to another episode of the Entrepreneurians Podcast. With me, your girl, Tiffany Nicole, and that is Last Trace.
That's me. What up, yo?
And we are here with the book club, my favorite segment of the week. So Brandon, what are you reading right now? What have you read that changed the way you conduct your business?
So my favorite, I'm gonna start off by saying this. My favorite rapper is Nipsey Hussle.
Okay.
Nipsey Hussle was a very, very brilliant guy.
Very much
so if you listen to his interviews, if you listen even to his music, like he's dropping jewels in the music. And one day I'm listening to a song and he talking about this guy named Jonah Berger, and this book called Contagious. So like I didn't think nothing about it, but I kept hearing it, kept hearing it. So one day I was watching the interview and he was talking about the book again. And I'm like, he said that in his bars, like that he read his book and how it changed his mind.
Something to him.
Yeah, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna need to go read that book. So I bought the book. It's called Contagious by Jonah Berger, and it's really like, it really opens your mind to how people like are attracted to things. So I read the book after I started the brand, but it changed my mindset of how I look at the brand. Like I look at it more of like, what can I do with the brand that is going to attract people to it? What's going to get people talking about it? What's going to get people sharing it? What's going to make this brand contagious throughout the culture? Because that's my ultimate goal. Right. To make it, once this brand get contagious throughout the culture, it's just going to spread like wildfire. So that book really gives you a lot of insight of the things that you can do to help you make your brand or make your product or whatever you're selling contagious.
Right.
Adding it to my list.
Yes. Yes.
That's a yes. That's why I love this segment so much, because every single week we get books. I'm like, my list is getting so long, it's ridiculous.
We got to put Contagious up on our book wall here.
Yeah, for real, because we got something. We got to add some stuff.
We got Money Hacks, Black Business Secrets, The Day My Dad Became a Superhero.
That's actually one of our guest books.
Yeah,
she wrote that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Freedom from Your Fears. Our book, The Entrepreneurians.
Okay.
Our other book here, The ABCs of B&Bs. It's a course on how to run an Airbnb business.
Yeah. I might have a friend that would want that, because she's about to get into Airbnbs.
Yep, send her way. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell her.
It's a complete guide to an Airbnb business.
Okay.
Sorry, we getting off track, y'all, but yeah.
Nah, but man, y'all need this knowledge, man.
It's a book.
Yeah, y'all need this knowledge, man. Right. They hide the knowledge in the books, man.
They do.
Oh my God.
They do.
Because they know we ain't looking there.
Look, that's why they made it illegal or frowned upon for us to learn how to read back in the day.
Yep.
All the knowledge, man, everything is going to be in the books.
Yep.
So I didn't like reading growing up. Like I was no. When it was my turn to read, I make sure I act up.
It's like who's next?
That was me. I was
one way to get out of it.
Yeah.
I was that guy in the class or that kid in the class. I hated reading, but I really came to realize the first book that I bought was David Ramsey's book, Total Money Makeover. And it really it teaches you how to get out of debt. And Dave Ramsey is like, no debt. So he preaches that a lot. And I went to school for finance, so I got a degree in finance.
So you learned that there's good and bad debt.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, when I read that book, I was just so focused on how am I going to make enough money to pay off these student loans, and stuff like that.
Message: you will not.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you will not.
You gotta be uber aggressive to do that. Uber aggressive.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So
just keep deferring them.
Yeah, I have a plan. I mean, shout out to Joey Joe. I have a plan that I'm gonna pay off my student loans in probably 4 years. Because I'm gonna just be aggressive on it and then pay a lot. I don't owe that. I do owe a lot, but I don't owe that much. Where it's I wouldn't be able to pay it off if I really focus on doing it. Because paying off debt is really just focusing on paying it off. Use every.
We get the money.
Yeah. You have the money.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to divert it to
The right
places.
Yeah.
You know, so if you
Discipline.
so reading that book, Total Money Makeover, that really like changed my mind frame of looking at that, because that was one of the first like books that I read that had anything to do with finance. I got a degree in finance, and I'm gonna tell you, in college I was not reading any of those books. I'm spending $200, $300 on a book. I was not reading any of those books. Feel me? So that was the first book I ever bought, like ever in my life. So even at like the bookstores, you know, when you were a kid growing up, you
book fair and stuff. Yeah.
I never bought books. I was the one buying toys, like taking my mom. Oh, I unplugged it.
That was cool.
I was taking my mom money and buying toys with them. Like I wasn't buying books, but really, you really got to be knowledgeable, and you really got to read. Like it's really important, man.
Yeah,
Even if you don't want to, try to just. I was watching this video, this TED Talk, of this guy. And he was talking like how his attention span is so short. He only can read like 5 minutes at a time, but he's going to get through that book, and he's very successful, like uber successful.
Wow.
And he just attacked everything in his life. Like, I'm gonna just take 5 minutes at a time to do this, because his attention span is not that long. Yeah. So, but like doing that, like with me, I noticed that like if I try to read 3 paragraphs, so in the morning meetup, when they tell us like to read a certain amount of pages, I'll be like,
shout out to the morning meetup.
Shout out to the morning meetup. Yes. Shout out to David Chance. If I try to read like 3 paragraphs, I mean 3 chapters, I'm gonna just be like, I'm gonna be burnt out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they assign us 10. It's like 10 pages. 10 pages or less.
Yeah.
Every
like
day.
I can't. I'm not that person that just like, I've done it and I force myself to do it, but like at that point I'm just reading words.
Yeah. So we get the Audible.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We end up getting the Audible, and then after I'm done with the Audible, I'll order the book.
Okay.
When I'm done, that way I'll have the book because I want to refer back to it, and everything's like kind of familiar. But I used to sit down and read like religiously, but it's like now I guess my attention has changed with the reading because there's so much other stuff going on. So I can definitely do the Audible thing. I can run with that.
There are definitely ways that you can still get the knowledge.
Yeah, get the consume information.
Yeah.
However you got to get it, consume it.
Download Audible.
Yep.
Yes.
They give you credits. Every month you get a free book.
Yep. Every month.
Y'all probably not going to read a book, more than a book a month.
Yeah.
So just get the Audible and read them for free. And then the audiobooks come with bonuses that the paperback books don't come with. Don't get me wrong, sometimes the paperback books come with things that the audiobooks don't come with. But I just say that to say, you know, some people hate on audiobooks, but there's extras. One book we were reading had interviews that were added to the audiobook that didn't come in the paperback book.
Okay.
And these interviews were the author of the book the writer of the book interviewing the author of the book.
Oh, word. Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, that sounds like it'll be interesting.
It's
so
very
chapter by chapter,
yeah.
he was explaining why he wrote in that previous chapter, like what experience he went through to get to that chapter. So it was a lot of information. It was good.
Yeah, you don't get that with the paperback book.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's pros and cons to both, but read, y'all.
Yeah.
Read.
Yeah.
Whatever you consume it. However you gotta consume it.
That's why we added this book club. Honestly, a good friend of ours, shout out to Sir, on air with Sir, gave us the idea to do these segments, and he said, you know, do 4 segments, break them up, and do something. Let the guests talk about their business. And he was trying to name different segments we should do, but he said book club, and I was like,
Yeah.
And then when I realized,
I was like,
how much could come out of this book club segment, I was like, what was I thinking when I even was ready to shoot it down? Like, I was tripping.
Yeah.
It's so much wealth
in
these books.
Yep.
Oh my God.
I mean, I it's crazy because I remember Kevin Hart talking about like a story about his mom like leaving like his like rent and like Bibles.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, the Bible is essentially a book, but like even that, like the wealth is in the book. Like you just gotta open them pages. Literally open them pages. So I'm definitely I'm not like really an avid reader, but like since I was a kid, like I'm picking up on reading a lot. Like I do have that book, Who Not How. I do have that.
Yes.
And I did not finish it yet, but I'm going to finish it.
Maybe you need to get a Who to finish it.
Exactly, get a Who to finish it for you. Because it's funny because he always operates like that. Like he'll find somebody to do it and pay somebody to do it, and I'm the complete opposite. And I'm like, oh no, it's not going to defeat me. I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I'm wasting so much time and so much money and whatever trying to figure it out when we can just pay somebody who does that to do that, and they're going to do it right.
So like I said earlier, like eventually I'm gonna be paying designers to design my clothes because I really want to have. I don't want it just to be a t-shirt and hoodie thing like sweatsuits. I want to have like fashion. I want to be have a fashionable brand like. I don't just want like t-shirts and hoodies. I want like other things that were
sweatsuits though, right?
Yeah,
the sweatsuits were dope.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Even those sold well too. Yeah. But like I said,
I think when we came, it was only extra small.
I only got extra small.
And I'm bigger than extra small. I'm like, well, I ain't gonna fit that. So, but I like the way it goes down the side of the leg. Yeah, it's dope. It's dope.
That, and I got that idea from looking at another clothing brand. I just be looking at people's things and just seeing if my brand fits that in any way. But like I felt like that brought a little flavor to the brand too. Yeah. But I mean, you can find these resources. You just gotta read.
Shut up, phone.
You just gotta read, man. You can find these things, all these resources. You just gotta read. Like Chanel patches, I found them in an ebook. And these ebooks, man, they only like 30 pages.
Right.
So you can knock them things out quick, and they only cost like $10.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they do a lot of promos too, like all the influencers. I guess they're influencers, but they not. I don't really look at them as influencers because they really bringing knowledge. Like they're not just bringing like a influence. They really bringing like legit knowledge. Right. So
they're helping you with your business and your personal development.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they personal developers.
They should be called teachers.
Yeah. Exactly, personal developers.
So show us your stuff. Hold it up for the camera. And let the people see it.
So this is my classic.
That's the one I got on.
Yeah, this is the classic Black is Wealth logo.
Classic.
With the classic, you know.
I'm a classic.
That looks like an extra small.
Yes, that is an extra small, and this one is as well.
Small man. I'm a classic man. Now.
This one is as well. So these are the first two shirts that I started with.
Extra small.
These are the first two shirts that I started with, man. And I think I started with these and like a dad hat. And I mean, it did well. Like the first day, I think friends and family. Yeah. But like the first day, I made like $2,000 off shirts and hats, bro.
I love that, friends and family. Thank you, friends and family.
Yeah, it was.
Printers, get with me. We get ready to start putting some shirts out.
It's crazy because I evolved from when I told y'all when I was a kid, I was terrible. That's why I need to get in these schools, man, and really talk to these kids because I know it's a tons of young men and young women that were like me as a kid, like. And I started with these two, and like now I know like they have ideas that they want to start too, and I just started with these two and was like, all right, I'm gonna just run with it and see what happens. So I'm definitely gonna eventually start doing that, like getting in schools and stuff to talk to these kids, because you don't gotta start with much, man. I just started with these two, a simple logo, black and white. Black and white shirts go with anything.
From the first two words.
Yep, and I got this idea from World and Vision. They don't spell World and Vision out. They just they cut it down. Yeah, yep. They cut it down. So I was like, yeah, that'll look dope. But I didn't want to like just mimic what they had. Yeah. I wanted to bring something else. So I just still spelled out black as well. Yeah. So it could catch some attention.
Perfect, it's perfect.
I appreciate it.
It's perfect. I like the way the black is bolder than the wealth.
Yep.
Because this kind of is more important.
Yeah. See now you're analyzing. You're analyzing now. I like that.
Yeah, and then it's spelled out for you.
Yep.
Black is wealth.
Yes.
That is so decent.
So the main thing is the culture.
Right.
The black, that's the culture.
That's what I took from it.
Yeah, and this is what's in that. Like, you know. So these just start simple, man. I started with these two, and then soon I evolved, and now I have different things. These are the Chanel patches. I do have more Chanel patches, like I said earlier.
Why are they called Chanel patches?
That's just the design of the patch.
Okay.
It's like a carpet kind of thing.
Okay.
Like, it looks like carpet. like for real.
Yeah, it's kind of 3-dimensional. It's bumped out.
Yep.
It's textured.
Yep. So
and
that
it feels like carpet.
Yeah, they call
I'm
it.
sure y'all seen them before.
I don't know where the name come, but they come from.
But that's how the support your black college brand is. They do the Chanel patch. But that's where you got them from, right?
Yeah. So they gave me the like the resource to get these.
Yeah.
I just emailed the people, told them, Justin from Support Black College just sent me, and they said they was gonna take care of me, and they sent me these. So
that's what's up.
I mean, you can find some real good merch out there. And these hoodies, like I said, I only have extra small left, but I do have the inverted colors that I'm about to do, but I don't know which color hoodie I'm gonna do with it. Or if I'm gonna do a hoodie or just like a crew neck, I don't know. It's
hoodies sell. Man.
Yeah, it's
no matter what season it is.
People are like continuously like contacting me for the orange. They love the orange.
It's a good color.
Yeah, they love the orange.
I was gonna say with the inverted one, do another bright color.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
So that's coming soon.
That's a good idea too. Keep the colors bright.
Yeah, because I mean, it makes it stand out more because it's already bumped out, but it just makes it stand out more.
And females are gonna buy more than men are.
Yeah.
You wanna not cater everything to them, but they gonna buy them hoodies.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get the work.
That's what I'm saying. I need a pink one.
And maybe a blue one like that color blue.
Okay.
Something like that. I'm just throwing stuff out there.
Look, man, ideas. I take all the ideas. I listen now. I don't shut out ideas.
That's what we do here at the Entrepreneurs.
Right.
We share the knowledge and we help each other out.
Yeah.
Because, man, we learn so much from our guests.
Yeah. Every week I'm like, okay, so when we starting that business.
Yes.
So when we doing that business, now I want to sell shirts. I just be,
That's why we take so many notes.
Yeah.
And we give you a pad to take notes because we just sharing information.
Yeah, so this is my portion of it because I do want to learn about y'all. Like I don't want to just come here, invade y'all space, and not walk away with anything about y'all.
You're the first person that asked us that.
You know what? We're gonna do that in the after show because normally what happens is after this, then we finish up with you, and then we do what we call an after show, which is just me and Trace, and we talk about what we learned from you.
Okay.
So we're gonna stop this segment and go to the after show and let you interview us.
Okay.
That'll be a different kind of after show for us.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
All right, bet.
You got time to sit with us for another 10 minutes?
I got off work at 12. I'm a free man for the rest of the
Don't
week.
say that word. That's a bad word right now.
What?
We don't say that word. Bleep that out. Jay, the editor, bleep out that word. Work. We don't like that.
What word y'all use?
I don't know. But it ain't work.
I don't know. That's a good. We
gotta
need
find
to come up with
another
something,
word. Yeah.
another name for work.
Come on, y'all can't.
We like to encourage owning businesses.
Yeah.
Well, when we say when you go to work, you're just making money for this.
Yeah, I mean, all right. I can say my my brand investors.
There you go. Boom. Your brand investors. There you go. There you go.
Yo.
Mic drop.
That is perfect.
Yeah, my brand.
I didn't even think about it that way.
Yep.
If I work a regular job, a day job, and I do, I ain't want y'all to know that, but I do. The money that they pay me, they are supporting me. Yep. The money they pay me helps towards our podcast, our businesses.
Yep.
So they are sponsors.
Yeah, man. I work at Enterprise, and I work at it's a lot of hours, but they do pay kind of well. I don't have kids. I don't have a wife, so it's just me. So all of my money is going to Black as well. So shout out to Enterprise for investing.
There you go, investors, right? Brand investors. I love it. I love that.
Man, Brandon, this has been a phenomenal interview.
Yes,
appreciate it.
It's kind of a goodbye, but not because you're staying with us for the after show.
Yeah, yep.
But the interview is over. It's been great. I know I'm Black and wealthy.
Yes,
I know that I'm made with wealth.
That's right.
I'm filled with wealth, and that's what Brandon is promoting here.
Yeah, man.
And congratulations on everything, man. Your success, how many shirts and hoodies and sweatsuits you moving, like it's
getting
a
the message
thing.
out
And getting the message out.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing, man. I don't care how much merch I sell, as long as the message get out, man. Because it really has to change, and it's sad to see a lot of things that are going on in the cities, but like we really have all the power in our hands to change that, literally.
Man, if these kids understood Black is wealth, they wouldn't be killing each other.
They would not.
They would be learning from each other. They would be using each other for
knowledge and help and more wealth.
Yep, but they don't have anyone that's telling them they have another option though.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, either you're going to play sports or you're going to be a rapper or you're going to be on the corner.
Yep.
That's the real options that they give you.
Yep.
Like, I mean, I'm the first person in my family on my whole block of my friend group that went to college. Like, you know, the people that I met like later in life, that like all of them have degrees. All of them, like, I have so many friends that are doctors. Like, it's crazy. And that was off of just meeting one girl. Like, she's one of my closest friends, but like all her friends that I made friends with, they're all doctors, and they're all black.
That's beautiful.
But they had options, man. That's I want to get a culture options, man.
I think as long as if someone told them they had options, it would change so many different mindsets.
Yeah, so I really feel like I'm really take heed to that and really get in these schools, man.
Schools have budgets for that.
Yeah,
they have a budget to bring in speakers for these kids. So I would definitely,
Yeah, I ain't gonna be that.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna be the best speaker, but I'm gonna get my point across.
It doesn't matter as long as you go up there and you tell them your story.
Yeah,
that's all that matters, because nobody can be you.
Yes, that's facts.
And on that note, stay tuned, y'all.
Yes.
We coming back with the after show. Brandon staying with us. This is the first time we ever did this. The after show is usually just me and Tiff going over, recapping what we talked about in the interview with the guests. But the guest is staying with us for the after show. This is gonna be crazy. Stay tuned, y'all, and we will be back.
Yes.